The fourth Republican presidential primary debate is tonight. A judge sentenced a woman to work in a fast food restaurant. But our top story today deals with new accusations in Donald Trump's January 6th case. I'm Jeff Pierre, and this is The Seven from The Washington Post. Today is Wednesday, December 6th. Let's get you caught up with today's 7 stories. In a new court filing yesterday, federal prosecutors went further in tying Trump to the 2021 attack on the Capitol. They accused him of lying about elections and encouraging violence. Prosecutors said they intend to introduce evidence of these acts at the former president's criminal election obstruction trial. That trial is set to begin in D.C. in March. The prosecutor said this evidence will help establish Trump's motive, intent, and preparation for attempting to subvert Joe Biden's election victory. Overall, Trump has been indicted in 4 cases. He's denied wrongdoing in each case, and he's still leading the Republican field in the 2024 presidential race. Senate negotiations over sending more aid to Ukraine are breaking down. That is number 2. Republican senators are demanding new U.S. border restrictions in exchange for supporting a package that includes billions in aid for Ukraine. But yesterday, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer told the press that those border demands would not help pass the funding package.
If this fails because of border, that's not a bipartisan failure. That's a failure of the Republicans and the Republican leadership. The only reason they added border was because a lot of members of their hard right said they want border. But a lot of those same members aren't going to vote Ukraine no matter what is there.
Negotiations are going badly. Yesterday, at least a dozen senators walked out of a classified briefing. The briefing was on Ukraine's counteroffensive against Russia. They claimed it was designed to pressure them into backing the aid package. The Senate is set to hold a vote on the package today, but it appears likely to fail. Without more funding, Ukraine aid could soon run out. That could have huge consequences for the eventual outcome of the war. At number 3, Israeli strikes in southern Gaza are overwhelming hospitals. Yesterday, a school where civilians were sheltering was bombed in Khan Yunis, the south's largest city. This happened as Israel is expanding its ground offensive into the south of Gaza. A temporary pause in fighting to exchange hostages and prisoners broke down last week. Also, yesterday, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu had a contentious meeting with the families of the more than 120 hostages estimated to still be held by Hamas. Some of those family members accused Netanyahu of not doing enough to bring their loved ones home. He's also facing pressure from the U.S. Yesterday, State Department spokesperson Matthew Miller said that the level of assistance that's going into Gaza is not sufficient to ease the humanitarian crisis there.
There is not enough fuel, there's not enough food, there's not enough water getting in. The number of trucks currently getting in, around 100 a day, I think it was 100 yesterday, is lower than it was during the pause. It needs to be higher.
The fourth Republican primary debate is in Tuscaloosa, Alabama tonight. That is number 4. 4 presidential hopefuls will take the stage. Here's who's still in the running. Former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, and entrepreneur Vivek Ramaswamy. The debate comes at an important moment in the primary campaign. Haley has recently emerged as the most viable alternative to Trump. She'll be hoping for a standout performance to keep her momentum going. Trump has skipped all of the debates so far, and this one won't be an exception. You can watch the debate on News Nation at 8 p.m. Eastern. Number 5. Machine guns are reappearing on U.S. streets. Congress largely outlawed fully automatic weapons in 1934, but now they're back. A small device that plugs into some semi-automatic handguns and rifles can make them capable of firing 20 bullets in 1 second. The devices have been imported from China, and they can be made using 3D printers. They're becoming more and more common. In 2021, 27 guns were recovered with these switch devices. That rose to 119 last year, and as of October this year, the number was over 150. Gun control advocates are now urging legislators to enact higher penalties for possession of these dangerous switch devices. At number 6, global carbon dioxide emissions from fossil fuels are still rising. They're expected to increase by 1.1% this year. That's according to a new analysis. And it's despite a huge growth in renewable energy like solar panels and soaring sales of electric vehicles. It means that investment in clean energy is not enough to cancel out the impact of fossil fuels. And rising global temperatures won't start to level off until net carbon emissions reach zero. And at number 7, a judge just sentenced a woman to work in a fast food restaurant. 39-year-old Rosemary Hain threw a scalding hot chicken burrito bowl at a worker in a Chipotle in Ohio in September. She was mad that her order was wrong. A viral video showed her screaming at 26-year-old Emily Russell, the store's manager. You can see the video on our site. Russell said the hot food left her face burning red, and she went to the emergency room. Hain was found guilty of 1 count of assault last month. At first, she was slated to pay a fine and do 180 days in jail with 90 days suspended, but the judge offered her a highly unusual proposition. The judge said Hain could reduce her sentence in exchange for working 20 hours a week at a fast food restaurant for 2 months. Russell said Hain got exactly what she deserved, a chance to walk in her shoes. That's the show for today. But before you go, please leave us a rating. And if you listen to The 7 on Apple, you can also write us a review. Be honest, but also please be nice. I'm Jeff Pierre, and I will meet you back here tomorrow.